So I left off in the last video. I told you guys about my best friend, where I couldn't hold up my end of the bargain, and it really does crush you emotionally and spiritually, where you may think you know all this stuff, well spoken and all of this, but when you can't keep a job and provide for yourself, when you're having to do all of these different things outside of receiving a check, it really does, nothing illegal, but it was like, hey, could you help me out? It became very nerve-wracking. And, I became in debt to him, where, I owed him a great deal of gratitude. It didn't matter about, if I thought that he wasn't on my level mentally or spiritually or whatever. I understood it, where I would have to, quote unquote, come down from my pedestal and say, hey, man, I know I'm screwing up. I know you covering a lot of my fuck ups when it come to like the bills and stuff. And I appreciate that, bro. I want to let you know that, I'm not just, out here just purposely losing jobs and stuff like that. And he understood this. This is what made it very difficult for where his nephew came into the picture and his sister, and would try to convince Terrell, hey, Terrell, he's not your friend. He's using you, and all of these different things. And Terrell, I don't know what the hell it is, where he could blend in with their conversation, but then turn around and say, yeah, man, I understand what they doing. It ain't working. So it was very weird. I can honestly say to this day, I know his sister probably has some type of orgasmic reaction to know that how me and Terrell broke apart, where she, and that to me it really just spoke volume to like, bro, it was time to break it off. Toward the end, you were starting to tell him about himself. Like, I would tell him, like, dude, you're a fucking idiot and a moron because of some of the decisions he would make outside of the bills, and I would make it clear to him, and like, bro, you have a purpose because you're paying the bills. Don't get it twisted with, you're very fucking stupid, but in this area in life, your type of personality and whatnot, it's gonna flourish. I wouldn't dare wake up late and do all of these different things that you do. I wouldn't dare, because I'd be nervous. Knowing how my personality is, and I'm a very serious person 99% of the time, I'd be nervous. Charles, why you late? Man, I don't know. I'm here now, nigga. Shit. Like, I don't know. Like that. I wouldn't even want that quote unquote smoke. I wouldn't want to dish it out, because I may get disrespectful, but like I said, this is a guy that, like I said, he, had a hygiene problem, and it was a lot of different things that I now see how these odors and things like that could slip, because, believe you me, I was somebody who, there ain't no, I'm not going to take my shoes off and somebody going to be like, God damn, dude, and this was a problem that his nephew would try to, a video that I once had on here was like, oh man, you getting on here and you talking about somebody's business and all that. I'm like, nigga, this ain't nothing that your mama didn't disrespectfully tell him to his face. And he sat there and took it. But see, you guys are fucking retarded. And when you're retarded, there is nothing that you could really pinpoint, that I'm doing wrong. This is just, you guys are just fucking stupid and don't understand, or not willing to admit, like, oh, okay, I see what he's saying. Because again, both of them have heard me talk on all levels about everything, and they've all been like, yeah, that's true, yeah, okay, I see, yeah, that makes sense. So, again, it was one of them things that I never thought me and him would stop being friends. I never thought, but the way it broke off was very appropriate. And recently, there was a family member of mine was talking to him, and she lived in California with a guy, like with her boyfriend, and she went backdoored me because we were communicating, because she was helping me out financially, and she goes and backdoors me and tells Terrell, hey Terrell, CJ told me he was gonna sell that bike you gave him and all this other stuff, which I did said I was going to pawn the bike just to have money to stay out of her face and move forward, 2 or 3 more days, however much the bike was worth. It'll be a part 3, guys. I'll see you later.